FX volume is actually outpacing the normal, or what we saw as the overall exchange volume growth as well, which speaks to the growing popularity of FX futures.
Sure. And then we have some stats here, just showing kind of statistical highlights of some of the growth in these in the volume. Obviously, this volume is good for professional traders, and we can see on here an important part to note is that there's a 64% of all the FX products trade electronically. This is very high, and it's a trend that we'll look at as continuing. But there's still a growth overall, and OptionsCity is positioned as a platform that can capture the open outcry business for traders on a tablet in the pit, as well as an electronic system for auto executing that we'll get in more later. As we're looking at this graphic of the futures volume, you can see that there's not that much volume right now, but I can assure you this screen grab was taken early in the morning a couple weeks ago, before the market really turned up too much. The next graph we're going to look at is just the change in percentage of the total volume. The electronic trade is increasing relative to the overall, although the overall is increasing at the same time. So what we notice is that, again, our system is a floor trading and electronic solution, really kind of comes into play at the most part. And one thing we do at OptionsCity is we install, a customer of ours will install our system on as many different client machines. So one day you could be trading the pit, and the next day you want to go to the office or stay at home and trade from there. We can do that setup for you without any additional cost.
Well, that's a nice feature. Not every software platform that we support has that ability, so that's good to hear.
Limited by it's a licensing system. As far as at OptionsCity, we've talked about how we've seen the increase. We think most of it, or a lot of it, is just the general increase, but how we've positioned ourselves for both the electronic and floor volume. And our systems also evolved as the product has evolved. And we've kind of built up with it, whether it's specific skewing techniques on OptionsCity that interact with how the actual market is for the FX products. We enable the volatility quoted options, which is something that's kind of gaining a lot of steam, and traders are definitely finding edge in those. E-micro futures are supported. We also have 24-hour support. We're headquartered in Chicago. We have 24-hour support, so if a trader wants to make sure that everything's set up for the Open in London, or if the German Chancellor is going to have an announcement, you can contact OptionsCity.
Or Advantage, for that matter.
Yeah, exactly. So OptionsCity to make sure the platform's set up, Advantage Futures to make sure your server is set up, it's not set to restart, things of that nature. Now we'll go in, we've kind of seen some of the opportunities and what's out there, and then we're going to show you how you can actually capture them using the OptionsCity platform. Just a quick background about OptionsCity. We've been around just over 4 years, and as we've said previously, it's an end-to-end solution to capture pit traded volume and electronic volume via auto execution, auto hedging, and so on. And we'll go in and kind of just briefly show you a few features of the technology that traders are using that have found helpful here. So this is our dynamic skewing page. A trader using OptionsCity can set skew, be it graphically, and adjust. They can look at the live market data. They can do it via formulaically in a matrix, and several different techniques, and they can see all their outputs as they're adjusting this. The important thing is that traders setting skew, maybe from an office or maybe from a desktop location, can send it to the tablet user in the pit via CME wireless, and so they're sharing the same skew, they're sharing the same risk, and the system interacts that way where they can see each other doing trades, chat with each other, etc.
Yeah, that's a very common setup among our client base, for sure. In fact, what's allowed many of our clients to do is have the actual principal trader in a trading group trade from upstairs, and have his employees actually be the traders down in the pit. Therefore, he's running mission control, if you will, but everyone, all technology is synced together via the OptionsCity platform.
then one of the ways we capture opportunity in Option City is using the electronic eye or target finder on our platform. And what it does, it allows you to set your parameters and create a mission. You see I have missions created down here, and you say what you're looking for, where I'm looking for opportunity, and then I can start multiple missions at once in different products, different trading strategies, different ideas you have. And then I can have it either come up here and display these opportunities, give me a graphical representation of how good of an opportunity it is, or I can have it auto-execute. We can find this edge. This can be running overnight. The markets may widen overnight. There may be more opportunity. This can be ran overnight. Again, Option City will install from your home as well as your office, so you can trade via this way. The electronic eye would all be running, for example, on your server at Advantage Futures, so there's no latency there. This is where these are calculated.
Right, that's a very popular choice. Many of our clients do have home setups as well with Option City, and the great part about that is that they're able to take a server that we help them purchase. We can host it at the CME's matching engine location, so instead of worried about how many miles you are away from the exchange, it's how many feet are you away from the exchange. And literally the Option City server can receive market data in less than 1 millisecond, and therefore all the logic can actually run at the matching engine level. And whether the trader's at home or he's on vacation in Hawaii, he can really successfully trade as if he's sitting right in Chicago.
The next thing we talk about is we have the electronic eye target finder as a market taking opportunity. As far as a market maker system, we support this as well. We're looking at our main market making page here. I have it laid out right now, so I have different tabs for all the different currencies. See, I'm looking at the 6E, which is the euro, and I'm looking at the DES options. And the way I have it laid out on here is I have my strikes in the middle, and I'm highlighting my call information, where I actually overlay my Theo in between the live market bid and offer, and then in quantity, so I can see where my values are relative. And we also have this edge meter to show where there might be opportunity from my value relative to the market. It's kind of a heat indicating tool that we have in Option City that is unique to our software.
And we've heard great feedback from our clients regarding that piece of your software.
It is popular. And then so this is where we can set up our quoting or market making very quickly with quick buttons to look at the book depth, to select what strikes you want to quote, etc. An important feature about Option City is we have these tick levels, which are essentially quote sets that you have predefined. And what it means is, for a trader, you can have a different quote set. Maybe it's before employment announcement, and you want to have your quotes wider just to be safe. You don't know where it's going to be. You can automatically select to go to one of these different wider quote settings that has increased safety on it. Not only that, we'll get into how briefly you can go from quote setting to quote setting based on market conditions to you set it up how it will automatically widen your quote set based on market factors.
That's great, so it keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. It's combines safety with functionality of staying in the market. I have highlighted here a depth viewer, so you can see the option book depth, the 5 deep that the Merck publishes. So as far as those tick levels and kind of the safety monitoring, we have a health center on Option City that constantly shows you, monitors where market conditions and where your tick levels are widening for your quotes. One would be market risk if there was a fast underline, which would be the case for something like an unemployment announcement coming out. The trade sheets is where we set a lot of Option City up as far as the tablet. It's the tablet solution. So here I'm looking at all my months for the euro, or the front 4 months rather, and I'm looking at my values inlaid between market data. What I can do from here is I can create a spread, and I can bring up a spread ticket. So with simple point and clicking on a tablet stylus, I created this call spread very quickly. It gives me my theoretical value, the Greeks for the spread, and then from here I can manually send it to the exchange and get a quote for it. I can RFQ it, or I can enter it as a manual trade into my system. So the trader on the floor does a spread trade with someone, enters it manually. It'll show up on the upstairs machine. It'll highlight and give them a notification as well, and so they're all on the same page, and it'll be integrated into the risk.
Oh, that's great.
On the trade sheets as well, I can look at those spreads in a list fashion graphically on our hot list here. This is a request that OptionsCity built in based on suggestion of some FX traders that we have. It's just another way of laying it out and presenting several different spread trades at once. Also from here, we can click trade. We can bring up an order ticket. You see I have over here highlighted in blue. Maybe there's some buying opportunities. The 132 D's calls. It's slightly below my value, so I want to buy it. I can click and bring up an order ticket from here as well and actually trade electronically from the floor.
That's great.
Of course, all these trades are going to go into OptionsCity's risk management system. The important thing is that we can handle all these multiple products and kind of aggregate accounts, users, different people on the system, and then disseminate as well to manage risk as well for them individually.
And I believe that risk management software can run actually on a server of a client as well.
Correct.
That's great to hear, because many of our clients, for the sake of speed to the market, want to make sure that their orders do have a risk management system in place, and of course we as the FCM want that as well. But also they don't want to have the orders route out of the server, maybe to a far away risk location, and then back into the marketplace and create a delay of time. With your solution here, it seems like that's all happens on the box in one location, which is great for speed.
Exactly. And we also have risk controls set up on the clearing level where your clearing firm, say Advantage, can put in your pre-trade risk limits and adjust them accordingly based on the trader's preference. On here, setting up the risk, I can have it set up by product, or I can aggregate products together and weight them. You see here I'm looking at a span. Apparently when this was taken, we were having an extremely good trading day. This is showing as the underlying moves, what's my P&L going to be, what are my Greeks, etc. I can drill down by month, by group, and then also by account and user. I can put in offsets to volatility and to time to see in a what-if scenario, then what are my values going to be. There's different reports I can look at other than a span as well that just lays out the information a little differently that I can set up. It's like any part of OptionsCity. It's fully customizable. That being said, that's kind of the risk portion of our system. We'll have time to take some questions here. Let's look and see how many we have. And the first question on here is, well, it says, are there customers at Advantage Futures that are trading currency options through OptionsCity? The answer is yes. That's an easy question. That's what kind of instigated this whole idea on here as well. Let's keep moving. This one says, hold on, I'm getting some more coming in here. Can you talk to me more about the auto trading and auto hedging work? Yes, I think the most important thing to note about that is that any automatic execution is done on your server that Advantage would have co-located at the exchange. All the logic is done on that, your safety settings, however you want it to auto execute, as well as set up a